Hey y'all, so I just got back from the fish store and I figured I'd take this opportunity to make a little update video and just show a few of the small changes and show you all the way I acclimate my fish, maybe a little bit different from the way everybody else does it. So anyway, I haven't added the fish yet, so I'm going to peek over there in a second and show you what I found, but here's a little look at the tank. A few of the things I've changed since the last video. I did trim this plant quite a bit because it was grown, already has grown all the way up past these lights. It's way up here. It's starting to get real scraggly and nasty because once it hits the lights, it starts, just the leaves start curling in on themselves and get gross. So anyway, I trimmed it way down, cut a bunch out. These real droopy bits, it's some of the stuff that I actually cut completely clean, and I've kind of reset it back in. I'm hoping it'll grow new roots and take. A couple pieces already wilted, too bad to keep. Sorry, had to kind of pull them out. So it has been thinned out quite a bit, but it'll recover, it'll thicken back up. But I think I'm gonna start trimming it more frequently. I want to keep it about this level because it just looks a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. But anyway, moving on from that, one of the other things I did, it's looking a little bit brown and not quite as nice as when I first added it about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago now. I added this moss from my backyard, a lot of it grown in my backyard. Back where I cleared out some of the wood, it started popping up. It's actually really nice, really pretty, tight and compact. Since I added it in here, it's strung out a little bit, but I think with some trimming and a little bit of time, I'm hoping maybe it'll take. It hasn't completely died off or anything, and it looks like it might hold, and I might be able to get it to take. So if I can get it to take to the driftwood and start growing, I think it adds a really nice texture in here and a different look to the driftwood. So I'm really hoping I can get it to do so. Here's some over here. I got just a little extra piece I threw. So we'll kind of see how it does. A little something different. Another little thing I added in here. Probably not gonna stay in here, but this little dude, I'm calling him Bill John. I found him out in the yard the other day while I was mowing the grass. He's not a snake. It's not really a lizard. I'm not sure what the proper name is for him. It almost looks like a snake with really tiny legs. But he's just been chilling in here for a day or two. I'm probably gonna pull him out as soon as I can safely grab him, but I figured just for fun for a minute I'd put him on the driftwood and see what he did. And he's actually been kind of making himself at home down in here, and sometimes I come in here and he's just chilling out up top here. If I knew what to feed him and I knew he would be, I'd be able to keep him properly fed, I might actually make a little bit more of an island over here and just go ahead and keep him in here, because he doesn't really seem to mind being in here too much, but I don't want him to starve to death or nothing like that. So as soon as I can kind of sneak in here and safely grab him, I'll go ahead and pull him back out. But if I can, I'll just maybe get a little bit better video of him later before I pull him out. But yeah, he's kind of tucked away right now because I've been fooling around over here, so he went in there. Mangroves are doing good. Since I got the CO2 on this tank functioning again, and the bubbles running pretty strong because my diffuser was kind of messed up for a bit. I got the CO2 running well, and as soon as I started running CO2, just crazy growth started coming out on these. I mean, all these went from having like 2 leaves to, I mean, as you can see, tons of leaves, tons of growth. even like a perfect example, in less than a month, this one went from, it had just this single leaf over here where one tip had kind of died and just had this one leaf. It shot off these 2 new sprouts or ends and branches, and each one of those has got leaves, and it's already starting a new set of leaves on each one of those. And all these, I mean, just opening up. Look at this focus, opening up new sets. So mangroves are doing great. They're also developing roots pretty well now. They're starting to reach down, so hopefully it won't be long. I can get these supports I got them tied to taken off and start getting some real cool roots just kind of spread out throughout the water. But anyway, to the main thing I guess this video will be about. The new fish I got. As was suggested probably a little over a year ago, a rope fish. Gonna try them out. Now I know what some of you are already screaming at your computer or thinking, he's gonna eat your fish, he's gonna eat this, he's gonna eat that. Yeah, I know it's a risk. Might lose some of these smaller guys in the 200, but you know what? That's life. That's nature. This is what it is. No, I figure there's plenty of hiding spots. It's not, you know, real narrow. There's a lot of floor space in this tank, I guess you could say. So I think for the most part they'll be able to get away from them if I keep them well fed. You know, I don't think he's gonna hunt too many fish, but we'll find out. But rope fish, and my daughter absolutely loves zebra danios, and I had a bunch for a while. I had them in the 30-gallon right here, and I think it was just too small. They're actually, you know, surprisingly active swimmers. I didn't realize how active they were, and I had quite a few. I just kind of found them here and there, jumped out the back or got down in the bottom. A few of them I think went into the sump and met their demise. So just over time they all kind of disappeared. I mean, the cherries do great in here, but the zebra is just too crazy, too hectic. Didn't do well, not enough space. So the one I had left has already been in here on his lonesome for quite a while now. So now he's got 20 friends on the way. So anyway, now I'm going to explain this acclimation process I got here, or the way I do my drip acclimation. And it's super simple, really easy to do. One of the reasons you want to do a drip acclimation now with your fish, it used to be anytime I was adding new fish to my tanks or my aquariums, you know, I do just like the fish stores say, you know, they tell you float the bag 15 minutes or whatever, don't save the water, drop the fish in. And I'd do that, and every time I'd lose, because I buy quite a few fish. Usually I buy like a whole school's worth of a couple different species, because I try and do all my fish at once. I'd lose, you know, about a third of them every single time, no matter what. And then I realized, well, you know, I acclimate my shrimp and my snails and stuff like that. Why don't I do it with the fish? When I started acclimating the fish, didn't have any more losses. And that's been the last probably 2 years I've been doing that. Every time I've added fish, doesn't matter if I just added a few, or one time I think I bought like 60 individual fish. Didn't lose a single one. So anyway, the way I do it's real simple. I just set up my nets across my bucket, and that's just purely to hold my Titanic movie cup. It's imperative that you use either a Titanic movie cup, or you get yourself, you know, yeah, one of these deals, one of these chick flick movie cups. Oh yeah, you need this. I can't remember. The Divergent, yes, Divergent. Or over here, I think we have a Twilight. It's extremely necessary you have one of the teen chick flick movies or one of the classic chick flick movies. Very necessary. But anyway, you need your Coca-Cola movie cup, and all you gotta do is take a little tiny screwdriver or push pin or something of the sort. This one's actually a little bit too big. I had to widen this one a little bit because this net was slowing my flow down. But you want like the real tiny ones, like the smallest ones you can get for like an eyeglass, and just poke you a hole, like a thumbtack size hole. Let me do that last little bit. As you can see right there, just poke it right in the middle. We'll go right through. So get your hole in there, and then once you do that, go ahead and just get you 1 scoopful of your aquarium water. And fill it up. It's that simple. Now, as you can see, that's gonna slowly drip right on in to the water. It's gonna help aerate it slightly, not very well, but just enough so your fish ain't gonna die while it's doing this. That's gonna drip on in there. And you wanna do, I usually try to do 4 times the amount of water that the fish came in as a minimum. But you don't really want to go overboard, because you don't want to spend like all night with your fish in these buckets, because then they're going to get oxygen deprived and all that. So you don't want to have them like spending hours in this because it's it takes a while for the water to go through. But I figure, I don't know, maybe, I mean, it shouldn't take about more than an hour. So adjust the flow rate so it's, you can do 4 times the amount of water they're in, drip in over an hour. And I'd say that's about right. I mean, it's not an exact science, so don't get stuck on, it's got to be exactly this or anything like that. But anyway, if you do that, what that allows, sorry, I'm getting a little messed up here. I'm trying to adjust this so this cup don't fall in. Okay, there we go. Anyway, what that does for anyone who's not exactly sure why you do this is it helps the fish adjust to the differences in water chemistry. So the fish is already gone from the distributor to the fish store, and at the fish store they already have a different water chemistry than what the distributor might have. And when they drop them in at the fish store, they don't give 2 shits about doing an acclimation or anything like that. They float them and drop them. So the fish has already gone through that first initial shock. And depending on how long they've been in there, they may not have really gotten over that. Because there was a lot of times, the reason sometimes I think I had a lot of losses is I would go in like the day they got a shipment in or the day after they got a shipment of fish. So these fish just kind of went through possibly a hard adjustment. They might have gone from like a high pH to, maybe like a neutral or a low, or God knows what the fish store's got. And especially if that water quality is not all that great. And then I pick them up and then I bring them home and I float them and then I drop them in my tank that's got, kind of a high pH and got, whatever going on with my chemistry that's different. And I drop them there, and then they get another big swing and a change on all the, not so much the temperature, but the chemistry of the water. And it's just too much. It kills them, if they're not real strong or real hardy. So doing this just makes it a little bit gentler on their system, gives them a little bit of a break, gives them a little bit of chance to rest, calm down. I mean, you think about it, they just got snatched up, in the net, shook all around in your car, and all this kind of craziness going on. Fish are already stressed out, so it's just, in my personal experience, this is, a lot higher success rate doing it this way. So I'd highly recommend doing a drip acclimation. Let your fish get adjusted. I mean, it's worth a little bit of time. Even if you can take that dead fish back and get your money back, you still gotta run back to the store and get your money back, or run back and try and get a replacement. I mean, why fool around with all that when you can just do it right the first time? So, and you got happier fish that way. So anyway, that's just kind of a little bit of how I do that. Some of y'all might be like, yeah, dipshit, I already know that. Why are you telling me? If that's the case, this isn't for you. Shut up. But for anyone who didn't know, you know, now you don't have to learn yourself. You don't have to figure it out after spending lots of money like I did. So that's just kind of a little bit of what's going on. Hopefully a little bit I'll get these fish in here, and in about 9 months I'll get a proper update for y'all. Maybe not 9 months. I'm gonna start trying to put content up a little bit faster for everybody. I know y'all get tired of waiting on me, keep thinking I'm dying on you. I promise, if I die, you won't ever hear anything about it, because no one knows how to log in my YouTube, so I'll just disappear into the ether. So, happy waiting on me. These could be my last words. With that, take it easy and have a great weekend.